Next week is going to be one of the busiest weeks when it comes to earnings, but also how the housing market is doing. And those two, based on the recent price action we saw on Friday closing on this week, man, there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market only because of that, especially as we looked at what happened with other companies, especially in the tech sector, who started releasing earnings last week. All right, so this is going to be pretty interesting for a stock like AMC. Why? Because AMC tend to move on volatility. But there is something even deeper going to that, is the fact that this is big tech. All right, big tech and housing market. Those two sectors are the most favorite sectors for people moving billions of dollars, like the hedge funds who are also shorting AMC stock. So whatever goes wrong or whatever looks to confirm what we as retail investors into AMC already did our research and know what is about to come, to confirm that theory, to confirm that direction that the market is about to take, to go, especially with what the Federal Reserve is about to do and how the market reacted so far, man, you want to know exactly what will happen. All right, so let's dig exactly into what I'm talking about here. So what to expect in the markets this week? Well, we have big tech earnings, first quarter GDP, and the housing market update. Only those three are enough to move the markets really big. Now, next week may be the busiest week of the corporate earnings season, with dozens of prominent companies across various market sectors reporting earnings, including 5 of the largest tech companies in the US: Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, almost on Facebook, and Google. We can also expect updates on the US housing market, along with the preliminary estimate for the first quarter GDP growth. The February update on the KSL National Home Price Index on March new home sales will be released on Tuesday, followed by pending home sales on Wednesday. So let's get into the specific, more detailed calendar on earnings or events. So on Monday, we have Coca-Cola, Activision, Blizzard, and Whirlpool reporting. So big companies, but not as big as what we call the market movers. Now, on Tuesday, this is really when things really will get heavy. Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa, Pepsi, Novartis, UPS, Texas Instruments, Raytheon, HSBC, Amgen, General Electric, Starbucks, 3M, General Motors, UBS, Capital One, Warner Media Discovery, Chipotle. Wow. A lot of companies that have the ability to move the market one direction or another. All right. And then on top of that, you have the GDP. Why the GDP is really important here? Because the GDP is about how the economy is doing on a monthly or a quarterly basis. And that is one of the big parameters or indicators that the market or the Federal Reserve is looking when it comes to what they will do with the monetary policy, with what they will do with how they're going to impact interest rates. And we know interest rates already knowing to go higher till the remainder of this year. It's a bad thing for the tech sector. But now that the tech sector is not kind of doing as well, all right, as we saw with the streamings or the Peloton, or the Palantir, all of these tech stocks that moved a lot in 2021 and in 2020 are now getting caught up by reality. The reality that, well, it doesn't work anymore. Where do you think the money that used to go there will now be shifted towards? The value, the stocks of companies that are making cash flow, because cash flow is now king. If you're not making money, or if you're not what we call a guidance, if you're not showing that your company will be able to grow more as we head into this full year, then you get smashed, you get crushed on markets. And AMC has both of those, because as we get numbers from the box office, as we get numbers from people walking in and out of movie theaters, as we get news of earnings, it doesn't look good to be short AMC these days, even though the share price is not yet translating that. Now, Wednesday, it gets even way interesting with earnings. Meta, T-Mobile, Qualcomm, PayPal, wow, Boeing, ADP, CME Group, Kraft, O'Reilly, Aflac, Spotify. And then Thursday, Apple, Amazon, MasterCard, Eli Lilly, Intel, McDonald's, Sanofi, Caterpillar, Gilead, Dr. Pepper, Southwest Airlines, Credit Suisse, man. And then on Thursday, we have some of the big giant oil companies, Exxon, Chevron, AstraZeneca on, the vaccine maker, et cetera, et cetera. So lots of tech companies are going to release earnings this week, all right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, and Friday. So look out for any move coming from whether a governor will speak or earnings that are not as quite good as what the market is expecting from these giants, because it could move the market lower. Now, some of the quality stocks that were kind of drenched with the recent bad bluff we had on Friday may also be moving up. So everyone who shorted on Friday will be on the hook to either cover or to kind of see where the market is going. So that just adds up to the whole volatility thing, all right? And when it comes to volatility, you want to make sure you're on the right side of, trades, especially when it comes to AMC. So maybe nothing happens. Maybe the stock goes even deeper and closes the week, at 15, at 14. I don't know. But we've seen that as the price is really, really low in these prices around the tens, usually when it moves very, very strong. And right now, things are looking good. Things are looking good in terms of stage being set up because, yeah, the conditions are in favor of companies like AMC, even not considering a short squeeze. But as always, I hope for the best, but I also prepare for the worst.